Hi! It's that time of year again, and if you've been looking to pick up some keyboards, keycaps, or components for cheaper, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for the Black Friday Cyber Monday sales. Side note, I saw a comment in the last video asking for a Discord server, and I never bothered to create one since I just wasn't sure if people would actually want one. But for now, I'll put up a community post with a poll, and if it looks like enough people actually want it, I'll look into it. Anyways, without further ado, The Vida is the newest project designed by James from Alchemist Keyboards. Ever since Alchemist Keyboards has joined up with Canon Keys, they've been on a tear, releasing a bunch of new keyboards from the Kerdroya to the Petrichor and the recent Reverie. Joining a bigger vendor, designer in the hobby probably provides more resources to James, and it seems to really unlock his ability to focus on creating new keyboard designs. Anyways, back to the keyboard. You can definitely tell that the Vida is one of James' designs, from the USB hub, which has become signature on his keyboards, to the overall design language. It features clean and simple lines, but with some flair and finesse to make the keyboard look more than a simple block. I think that the weight design looks quite clean, and I am a big fan of that side profile. The Vida also incorporates some nice quality of life features such as wireless connectivity that is customizable via ZMK and screwless assembly. With all these features and designs, I was thinking that the Vida would cost around the price of the Reverie, hovering around $300 to $350, but I was very surprised and pleased to see that the Vida actually starts around $220. You can even get your hands on one for just $189 if you buy the Blackout Edition, which will be only available for the first 24 hours when the keyboard launches on Black Friday. I do get why it is cheaper though, as it doesn't have the nice themed weight that the Reverie has, which costs more due to added machining complexity, but I think that $220 is a great price for this type of keyboard. If you're someone just looking for a cheap custom keyboard, there are definitely cheaper options such as the QK60, but if you want something with a little more spice, but still simple in its design language, I think that the Vida is a great keyboard that you should consider. On the opposite side of the spectrum in terms of design language, we have the Outva Solid Alex, an Alice-style keyboard that is inspired by retro gaming aesthetics and has a bunch of embellishments. This is a project done in collaboration with Outva and Han, who is the head of Toshi Industrial Design, which is based in Nanjing, China, and you can definitely tell that this is a Chinese keyboard. A lot of designers from China seem to take inspiration from Matrix Labs keyboards, and in recent years, we've seen a lot more keyboards come out from China that feature crazy decorations that definitely make it look unique, but in my personal opinion, can look quite messy. For the Outva Solid Alex, I think that it really depends on which color you choose, because some of the color options make it so that the decorations blend in more, such as the clear and beige options, while the yellow version definitely looks a lot more jarring. For me personally, I think that clear looks the best, with beige being second, though I found the Azure Dragon Blue colorway to look surprisingly cool, and the accent pieces didn't look too out of place. Of course, like I've said over and over in the past, I prefer cleaner designs, so this keyboard isn't for me. But if you're someone who wants a keyboard that stands out, the Outva Solid Alex is the keyboard that you might want to look into. If you've been looking for a cheap TKL, look no further than the Chilkey ND TKL, which only comes in at $109 fully assembled. It features a simple case design with simple lines, and the only decoration that really stands out is the badge above the arrow keys. This isn't the first time I've heard of Chilkeys, as they were the ones who released the quirky PAW 65, and they did also release a 75% keyboard and a 65% keyboard in their ND series that also features overall clean designs at a low price. Now, on the surface, this might sound like it's too good to be true, and maybe you might think that it's an exit scam. However, Chilkeys actually happens to be owned by Wucha Studios, who also owns Smellitrix, so it does make sense why they're able to get the prices this low, as these are big names in the hobby. At this price point for custom TKLs, you're pretty much looking at QWERTY keys as the main competitor, with the Neo 80 or Evo 80, which retail for $140 and $170 respectively. It's quite a bit more than the Chilkey ND TKL, especially if you look at the percentage increase, but the one thing that these keyboards have over the Chilkey TKL is the color options. If this is something important to you, or you have a specific theme in mind, you might want to consider forking over a bit more cash. But if you're just someone starting out in the hobby, and/or maybe you have a tight budget, I think that the Chilkey ND TKL is a great keyboard for you.